Time! Greg Larnerd here, ESPN Chattanooga. It's a new season of UTC softball, and that means a new year of Off the Diamond segments. We're going to meet a couple of players here today. Let's do it. 2022. Let's go. Batter up. All right, we're here with senior center fielder Gracey Kruse of the UTC Mocs. Gracey, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
I'm doing good.
All right, you've been here for 3 years now. This is your 4th year. You're from Rossville, Georgia. Why did you end up choosing UTC?
It's actually funny. I told my dad I didn't want to come here.
Really?
But I'd never seen the campus. I actually played for Coach Reed's daughter, so he saw me play when he came to watch her coach all the time, and he was like, come on a visit, come on a visit. So finally I was like, Dad, I'm just going to go on a visit to make him happy. And I came on the visit and I saw the campus, which I'd never seen before, and I knew the field, obviously, loved the field, but yeah. Once I saw the campus, it was just easy to make my choice.
I'm surprised that you had never really spent much time up here, because it's being so close, from Rossville to here. I believe that's close. And this being such a huge softball kind of community, I'm surprised you never came up this way that much.
I actually played on the field. I just had never really went to the campus part. So I had no idea about the school. I knew about just the softball here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what's been your favorite thing over these last 3 years playing here?
The girls, for sure. Like all the traveling and how close knit everybody is. I just really enjoy getting to grow the friendships that I've made. And it's weird seeing all the people come and go, and then you make friends, you lose friends. So I would say the girls definitely have made it worth it. So.
And you've been the constant for the last 3 years. Now the older one, the grandma, as she put it before we started, she's ready to get going. But as you mentioned, going back to high school at Gordon Lee, you played for Coach Reed's daughter. What was that like? How different are they, or how similar are they?
They have some similarities. They're both very competitive. They want to win. And I would say just the differences is Coach Reed, I feel is a lot more verbal to everyone, and Dana is kind of just she'll take you to the side and be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So I would just say maybe communication wise are just a little bit different.
I got you. Now, in speaking of student athletes, because that's what we are when we play in college, you are Dean's List, 80 honor roll, 3 straight years, academic all SoCon honor roll. Talk about how much the academic means to you and just that side of being a student athlete.
There's always perks to being successful in the classroom, and at the end of the day I am here as an athlete, but what I'm doing in the classroom is going to have more impact on my life, so I put a lot of focus on that, and I know that the better the grades I have, the better off I'll be in my future career.
And you said, I was looking it up, and you're a criminal justice major. What do you want to do after college?
I'm actually in the application process right now to be a state patrol for the state of Georgia, but I have multiple options that I do want to do. So
okay.
I want to do patrol for a few years and then possibly move higher up to work for a bureau.
It's always good to have a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
All right, let's see your softball stance.
My softball.
We're in the batter's box here, so I wanted to get a chance to see what Gracey's stance looked like. Oh, so you're open. You're bent down a little bit. You're in a good athletic position. Now, you mentioned to me when we were off camera that that is your normal stance, a little bit open and a good athletic stance, but you said you kind of change it up depending on the count or situation.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what the difference is in your stance.
This is actually my more comfortable stance.
Okay.
But as a lefty, I always get thrown outside. So typically,
of course, I'm
on the line with my feet closed, but if I see that they're coming in on me, or if my teammates that are lefties tell me that they come in, then I open up. That way I can turn on the inside pitch.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Now, if there's a runner in scoring position or something like that, is again just the way they're pitching you, or is there any change? Are you a slap hitter? Do you just normal swing? What is it like for you?
I'm mainly just a power hitter. Sometimes Coach Reed will tell me to slap. He doesn't really like me slapping, he likes me hitting.
Okay.
But I would say it just all depends on how the pitcher's throwing me, because I can read which way I'm going to be more successful based off the way they're throwing me. So. And
speaking of power, I think I saw you guys have is it a home run chain?
Oh yeah.
Is that new this year?
No, we've had
it for a while?
That one's a new one.
New version of it. I thought I had heard about it last year, but this is a new version of it.
Yeah, so actually I have the old one. I was the last one to get it.
Okay.
But they made a new one, and it's it went from like a big clock to a mockingbird head. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, when you get into the batter's box, what's your mindset? I know, again, things change with the runners on base and things like that, but what is your mindset when you get into the batter's box?
Honestly, throughout my years here, I've been like very mentally like hard on myself. So I've kind of shifted to more of like just think ball whenever I'm in the box. Like I'll take deep breaths, I'll get in the box, and as soon as I'm ready to hit, I'm like ball, 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 ball. That's all I tell myself.
What does that mean when you say to yourself ball, ball, ball? Is that just making contact with the ball, or what are you thinking when it's?
It just helps me like stay focused on softball.
Okay.
And like what I want to do. So like if I'm thinking ball, I'm thinking I want to hit the ball. I want to do this with it. I want to do that, instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to do bad, because it's like really easy to be hard on yourself whenever you start overthinking it, especially in high pressure situations. So.
Yeah, and if you have that negative thought going through your mind already, you've already defeated yourself. If you're thinking in the batter's box, I'm probably not going to get a hit here. That's not a great mindset.
You swing and you miss.
Yeah.
You swing and you miss.
Or you pop it up or whatever it may be. All right, I know we have a bat in your hand, but you are known for your big plays out behind the camera there in center field. Are there any that sort of really stand out to you, and what makes you so good at playing center field and just coming up with a lot of those big plays?
I think it's just trusting myself. Sometimes even if I have a bad jump, if I see the ball, I have to tell myself I can get there. And that's what helps me like just push myself.
That positive talk again.
I always try and have the positive talk because like of all people, I'm very hard on myself. But I just have to like trust myself and let myself know that I'm good enough to get there and I'm good enough to do it. So.
And I did see there was one where you called 911 because there was a robbery. I think that was last year that you made that play up over the wall. Is that the one that kind of stands out to you the most, or there's some other ones?
That one, it stands out a lot, but it just sucks that it was in the fall against my own teammates.
Yeah,
so
that's tough.
I'm waiting for that opportunity against someone else, but that was honestly probably one of the like least thought about, but like most fun plays I've ever made.
I feel like when you have one of those, you can't think about it. It's just like you got to go back to the fence, you got to time your jump, and you go get it, and the play just happens. Now, when it comes to softball, are there any influences that you have in your life? Is there anybody that influenced you to get into the game or pursue softball or anything like that?
Honestly,
parents, coaches, anybody?
I had older siblings in sports, and I told my dad I wanted to play sports, and since then it's been my dad who like pushed me. He was like, if you want it, you have to go for it. Don't give up. I'll help you along the way. But my dad's probably my biggest influence in like my softball career. So. What's your favorite thing about the game of softball? Oh.
I know it's tough. There's probably a lot of really good things.
I mean, it's fun, but it's kind of like an outlet. So like, I mean, you can have all this stuff going on throughout the day, but as soon as like I'm out on the field, like I'm just happy. I'm here to have fun. Yeah, I get stressful at times, but this is where I can just let all of that out and not focus on any of the other things going on. So. Gotcha.
Now, describe Coach Reed for us. It can be in a couple of words or anything like that. This is always one of my favorite questions.
I don't know how to answer this.
And not get yourself in trouble is what you're saying?
I feel like you might take it like anything the wrong way.
This is all in good fun, Coach.
Very competitive.
It's a safe answer.
That's a safe answer.
It's like the third thing that came into her mind in the order of things that she was initially thinking about, I'm sure.
He is very competitive. I mean, it's obvious like he's been successful here and he wants to keep that going as much as he can. So I would say that like his competitiveness is one thing that stands out. So.
Now, I always like to finish these. We're going to do a little rapid fire questions, but just the actual conversation. If you were talking to a younger softball player right now and had an advice for her or him, whomever it is, what would you say and why? Maybe they want to be in your shoes at some point. They want to play here at UTC, something like that, a young softball player.
I would just say what I've said about myself is to like keep a positive mindset because, I mean, everyone's going to fail, but if you trust in yourself and you know like who has your back and you keep that positive attitude, you'll go like way further than you ever thought you could.
All right, last one. We're going to do a new segment here on Off the Diamond segment. It's called our Triple Play. 3 quick questions. First thing that comes to your mind. You ready?
Okay.
First up, single or double stuffed Oreos?
Single. Too much cream is not good.
Gross. Double stuffed all the way. What's your favorite meal?
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice, that's
Yep.
it?
That's my favorite.
If you had a last meal that you were ever gonna eat on this earth, and you would have chicken and rice?
Yeah, that's my favorite. I cook it like every night for dinner.
Flanjan. Any pregame rituals or superstitions that you might have?
My routine has to stay the same every time. If I switch it up, I know it's gonna be a bad
What's
day.
the routine though?
I mean, the order I put my clothes on, the order I do my hair, I have to have my visor on. When we're hitting at the indoor, if I don't, it's a bad day.
Okay.
But other than that, I would just say, yeah, my routine.
Love it. Got to keep a good routine. Gracey Kruse, our guest. Appreciate you, Gracey.